What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I woke up this morning and I was very excited to sit down and film, but my excitement was shortly squashed because I realized that I had no plans of what to film today. So I decided it was a good idea to take a little field trip, and I went to the mall and I went to both Sephora and Ulta, and I picked up a couple of new things that I wanted to try. The two main things that I want to test out here on this channel today are the Fenty Beauty Bronzer that just came out. I've been contemplating whether or not I wanted to pick this up for a little while, and you know what? My boredom got the best of me, and here we are. The other thing that was like a major thing that I've been contemplating trying, and I just wound up pulling the trigger today because I was out there looking for new stuff anyway, is the Bite Agave Daytime Lip Balm that they just came out with. This is from like their new line of agave products. I was excited to try this because I felt like it would be a little bit indicative of what the new reformulated vegan version of the Bite Agave lip masks might be like when they come out. So fingers crossed that I love this because I want to love it. And while I was in Ulta, I picked up one of the NYX Glitter Goals liquid lipsticks, and we are going to try that today as well. And I also wanted to make sure that I did like a little bit of a look with this because I didn't want it to be boring. So I did like a very simple but also bright and colorful sort of a spring look so that you guys have a little bit of a tutorial to go along with this video. And it's not just me sitting here trying a couple of new things, not even a lot of new stuff, just one or two new things. That would be boring as hell. I wouldn't watch that, and you know what? I wouldn't blame you if you didn't either. So we have a spring look and we're trying some new stuff, and that's what we're doing today. I really wanted to film today because I have an entirely new setup here, and I know it looks exactly the same for you guys as it does in every other video. It's the other side that's different now. I got a new desk and a new chair, and I cannot begin to tell you what a game changer this is for me because I consolidated my actual personal makeup desk and my filming desk into one, and I have so much space over here now and storage, and it's organized, and I will insert a little clip of what it looks like here. I can keep my laptop on the table and there's plenty of room for that. My brushes are right there. I don't have to go across the room and find anything I forgot. It is so good. I can't believe I filmed at that tiny table for as long as I did. It's just a big day for me as far as the efficiency of filming goes. Wow, this is so much better. It's also a really cold, rainy day here, and I just feel like I needed to brighten my day up with this look, so I'm really glad that I did something bright and neon and spring-like. The only thing that I don't like about this new setup is my chair, which is not new. I just moved it from another area in my house. It's a little squeaky, and I'm really hoping that you guys are not just hearing squeaky chair noises this whole video, because that would be, oh god, I'm accidentally rolling across the room. Okay, not used to having wheels. But anyway, let me shut up about my setup and get into this video. Please don't forget to leave a like on it if you don't mind taking a second to do that, because it helps me out in a big way and I would appreciate it. If you are new here, if you've been lurking around a little bit, hi, I'm Nicole, and you should subscribe because I have a new setup and it's cool and it's fun, and now I can lean forward on my desk and I actually have something to lean on because there's room between me and my mirror, which is really cool, and you should subscribe to see what I do now that I have all of this room for activities. I'll leave timestamps down below, so if you want to jump to the bronzer, if you want to jump to the lip balm, if you want to jump to the glitter lipstick, you can just click on those and go see exactly what you want to see. I will also link to all of the products that I use in this video in the description as well. I think that's everything that we need to know before we get started. So let's just jump in and start trying the Fenty bronzer on my very pale face that was very much in need of bronzer this morning. To Sephora, I wound up getting two things there, which is already too many because I just made not one, but two orders for the VIB sale. So I really need to cut my ass off, but I got the new Bite Daytime Lip Balm. I love Bite lip treatments. I love their lipsticks too, but I especially love their lip treatments, and I am excited to try this. I'm going to use this to prep my lips today. And I picked up one of the Fenty Sunstalker bronzers as planned, and I got the shade Private Island. I swatched a few of them when I was there. This one said it was for light to medium, which is usually right around where my skin tone falls on ranges of things, which is funny because when I was younger, I must have been like super goth and just never gone outside or anything, I was like always the lightest shade in everything. But also, I feel like back then the shade ranges didn't go as light, so maybe it has something to do with it too. But I swatched a few of them, and the ones for light skin tone, they kind of looked like they didn't even show up on my skin. So I ended up getting the one for light to medium, and it looks like it has really nice undertones, and I'm excited to use it today. That's the packaging. As always, the Fenty packaging is stunning, and of course, as always, I got my grubby little paw prints over it already, but that's gonna happen. And that is what it looks like on the inside. I'm wearing the Tarte FOUNDCEALER again today, and this shade is definitely about a shade too light for my skin tone, but once I warm it up with some bronzer, it usually looks good. So since we're using a new bronzer today, it's perfect. I'm just gonna use my Sigma F40 bronzer brush and warm things up a little bit with this shade. I haven't contoured or anything yet. I also haven't concealed yet. I'll probably have to touch this up a little bit after I conceal, but ooh, that shade is lovely so far. Okay, let's use it on my forehead. So far, this reminds me a lot of my Urban Decay Beach bronzers, which if you watched my Sephora video, you know is my absolute favorite. I have gone in with a very heavy hand so far, so try not to judge it too much based on that. I'm gonna contour over this, so it will probably appear a little less warm. This is on the warm side, but I do like it. I needed a little bit of warmth in my skin, which I often do because my skin tone is very neutral, and sometimes it makes me look a little bit dead. So far, I really like the shade of that though. I feel like it blended really easily. It's the right amount of pigmentation for a bronzer. Definitely not bad so far. I'm gonna make sure that I bring this bronzer into my hairline, just something that I forget to do sometimes, but my goodness, if you want your skin to look more natural, make it a habit to bring your bronzer into your hairline. If you're really getting a tan, if your skin is really picking up color, what's going to happen is that you are going to get color on your scalp too. It just doesn't end at your hair. Trust me, as somebody who has gotten a very ripe sunburn on their scalp in recent times, that does happen. I concealed with the Too Faced Born This Way Sculpted Concealer. I set it with the Nabla Close-Up Powder, which beautiful, my favorite combination right now. I contoured with the Cover FX Perfector Face Palette, again, another favorite right now. And I am gonna go ahead and pick up the Fenty bronzer again, and I'm gonna use this as a kind of contour transition-y shade just to give a little bit of shape on my eyelids, because I'm gonna do just a simple graphic liner kind of a look today. I'm not gonna really put a ton of eyeshadow on. This kind of gives you just a little something, just a little hint of whatever it is that you need on your lids. That's blending beautifully over just a wet primer that's not set with anything. By the way, lovely, lovely. I'm gonna move on to do the simple graphic spring-ish look next. But I want to prep my lips, so it's time to use the next thing that I picked up, which is the Bite Daytime Lip Balm from their Agave line. It says it has mangogo oil in it. I don't know what that is, but it sounds great. Smells like nothing, with a little hint of something. Ooh. It feels nice. It's really thick, which is weird because it doesn't seem like it would be in the stick. I mean, the tube, the bullet, it doesn't seem like it would be thick. It just looks like a regular lip balm, but like it's almost as thick feeling on my lips as the Agave lip mask, which is like the thickest. So far, I like the way this feels a lot. We'll see as we go on if it like really kind of softens up my lips and gets it ready to receive some lip color. So on my eyes, I want to do something really bright, and I want it to be very bold, and I also want it to be neon. So I'm going to use the SUVA Beauty HYDROLINER in the color Scrunchie, which I feel like you guys are probably sick of me using this by now because I use it so damn much. These are water activated, so I'm just going to spray a little bit of Fix Plus in it, which is not water, but it also works. So this is all nice and juicy and activated with a liquid now, so I'm gonna just do a nice big bold wing with it. And first I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can watch a little bit more closely. Neon liner's on. I'm gonna add a little bit more to that, but for my lower lash line, I'm actually gonna use the Fenty bronzer again. I really multi-use my bronzers, like on a regular basis when I'm just doing regular looks for real life. I use bronzers for a lot of things. So I'm just gonna run that underneath my lower lash line. This is a LUXE 111 mini brush, and I'm literally just using that to softly define the lower lashes. It almost, when you do this, gives an effect like there's not much going on down there. Like you wouldn't really think like, oh, the lower lash line has something on it, but it does add a little bit of definition to the lower lashes. So it kind of gives you the best of both worlds. You get that clean, graphic, on the top only kind of a situation, but you also get a little bit of definition underneath your eyeballs, which makes them sometimes look a little bit more open and bright and lovely. My lips are feeling fantastic with this balm on. So I moved a different chair into this space and it's a little bit squeaky, and I'm like hoping you guys aren't just like listening to squeaky chair this whole video. I'm gonna be so mad if that's the case. I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad. I'm picking up this STILA White Lies Shadow in the color Lilac Legend, which was the subject of my last just trying new things kind of a makeup video, and I love it. But this is either going to look really cool or absolutely ruin this look, and I don't know which one yet. So you're just coming along for this journey with me. We'll find out. We're gonna see. My plan is that I'm going to put some of this on the back of my hand, and on a liner brush, I am going to dab it over this neon liner to layer them up and get a cool effect. And maybe that's gonna look terrible, or maybe it's gonna make the eyeliner crack, or maybe you're not gonna see it at all, but I wanna try. Okay, it looks cool. This was a good idea. I am a genius. I am a genius. Oh, I'm a genius. Look how cool this looks. I'm a genius. I'm not a genius. This was a happy accident. Okay, that looks pretty cool, and I am pleased with myself. But little note, if you're gonna try to recreate this with those products, the SUVA Beauty liner, because it is water activated, starts to break down a little bit as you tap a wet product over it. So if you swipe, it will pick up the color underneath it and move it and look patchy. So you really have to concentrate on using patting motions only, swipe or no swiping. You have to do and then it'll look really cool. If you go like this, it's gonna look like caca. But the White Lies shadow has not failed me, because that looks so cool. It looks so like, I don't know, it looks like it's lit up almost. I am very happy. Since I am just so pleased with these White Lies shadows, I am gonna go ahead and pick up Mint Myth, which is the other shade that I used in my other video, and I'm gonna use that on my inner corner because I like it and I want to. Picking that up on a pencil brush and just dabbing it onto my inner corner. Bringing it down a little bit onto the lower lash line, but not a ton, and just ending it like right at that tear duct area. I want my waterlines bright, so I'm using the Tarte Fake Awake pencil. I am going to do some mascara and some lashes and finish off my skin with a bunch of things that are not new at all, and then I'll be right back and we have one last new product to try. Okay, I used the Mother of Dragons highlight palette because I felt like the pink highlight went well with this, but I also layered some of the champagne highlight from that over it. I used the MAC Linda blush, and I also added a light freckling with the Urban Decay Brow Blade in Brunette Betty, and my lashes are House of Lashes Stella Luxe. Wow, what a shock. I can't believe she used those. What a surprise. Definitely didn't see that coming. She definitely doesn't use those in every video. This is the NYX Glitter Goals Liquid Lipstick. I got the shade X Infinity, or Times Infinity. I'm just gonna blot off a little bit of that lip balm so it's not like in the way. This is what the color looks like. It doesn't look as glittery in the tube as I was expecting. Let's swatch it on my hand and see what it looks like, because so far this looks a little bit lackluster. Okay, it's very opaque. I don't know if I would describe this as a glitter so much as a metallic finish, but before I go judging, let's zoom in and do it on my lips and we'll see from there. I don't even know if it's gonna look good with this look, but we're trying it because I bought it and that's what we're doing today. We're trying new things. Okay, so there's the finished look. I actually like the way this lip pairs with the rest of this look. I didn't think I was going to, but I do. It feels pretty light on the lips, especially for something that's glittery, but I use glittery because, I don't know, it doesn't really seem like glitter to me. It's more metallic, which I like. I actually, I know it's not popular opinion, but I am personally a fan of metallic liquid lipsticks. And this is one. Seems to me like a metallic liquid lipstick. If you buff over it like a lot of these types of lipsticks, you get a little bit more of a shine out of it. But even then, it still reads as more of a metallic to me than a glitter. I don't not like it. It's just not what I was expecting it to look like from what the display looked like. But it's pretty nice. It feels pretty good. I like the color. I'll definitely play around with it, like pairing it over other things and stuff. Maybe look really good under a gloss, we'll see. But on to more important things, the Fenty bronzer. This is beautiful. It's a really nice bronzer. It's the exact amount of pigmentation that I like in a bronzer. It blends really well. And for me, I think the undertone is just right. There is a variety of undertones in the line, which is really nice. I don't know if it's better than my Urban Decay Beach bronzer, but it's up there with it as far as how it looks on the first application. So that is definitely a good thing because that's my favorite bronzer. Looking at it in the monitor right now and looking at it right in front of me in the mirror, both versions look good, which is always a good thing because sometimes things look great on camera and they don't look that nice in person. But so far, I really like it. I definitely am glad that I blended it up into my hairline because I feel like it looks very seamless and lovely up there. It worked well with a contour over it. It is pairing well with everything else around it. It worked as a contour through my eye socket, even over a wet primer. It still blended out really nicely. So far, I'm very impressed. I'm not surprised. There are very few things from Fenty that I have tried and not liked. I think the only thing that I really didn't like was the liquid eyeshadow, and those are very much hit or miss for me in general, so I'm not super shocked that that was it, but those were a dud. I did not like those at all. And the new Bite Agave Daytime Lip Balm. I really like this so far. I think this might become like my purse chapstick for the moment. I always carry a tube of the Bite Agave lip mask in my purse, but those look like a gloss almost on your lips because they're very like laminated and glossy and shiny looking. This is more along the lines of like just easy to apply and clear like a balm, and it's a little bit lighter on the lips, although it is almost, it feels almost as thick and like hard to move around, if that makes sense, as the agave lip masks. I am very, very hopeful that this being part of their new vegan agave line means that the agave lip mask, when it's reformulated to be vegan, will be similar to this, and I'll still love it. This makes me very happy, and I have a hope in my heart. I will say that out of all the Bite products I've ever tried, this is the least delicious smelling, which I mean is a really minor complaint, but usually I'm very accustomed to their stuff smelling like the delicious food, and this kind of just smells like canola oil kind of. It doesn't smell bad, but it just also doesn't smell good, which is not what I'm used to from them. So those are all of the new products that I wanted to test out today. This has been a little bit more of a casual video for you guys. I hope you enjoy the bright spring, sort of a neon shiny look we've got going on. I guess this could be like a really simple festival look if you're if that's your thing. Personally, music festivals sound like my waking nightmare, and I don't wish to go to one ever again, but if I was gonna, then I would probably wear something like this. Although if I'm being entirely real, I would probably pair it with a nude lip because if I'm out in the sun, I'm gonna keep it low maintenance because I like to eat on the go. With that, I think is all we gotta talk about. about today. I still have so many swatches on the back of my hand. Oh my god. I'm super excited that I got to sit down and film in my new setup today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, because that helps me out tremendously. I don't know why I always do this when I mean tremendously. Like, is this sign for tremendously? I don't think anybody uses that sign for that, but I do. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe, because I would love to have you around for future videos. And if you want to keep up with me between videos, I'm at Ms. Quinface pretty much anywhere you could ever wish to find me, but the place I hang out the most on the internet is definitely Instagram. You can hop over there, follow along on my stories. We talk about what's going to go on this channel here. We talk about I don't know, all sorts of things, honestly. And I post other, like, more complex looks over there, things that are just like a little bit more creative. Some examples right here, lip art, all that kind of good stuff. So go follow me over there if you like that kind of a thing. I think that's all I have to say for now. I will be back this week with more looks coming down the pipeline, so I hope you stick around, and I will see you in the next one.